Welcome back to AM Live. I'm here with the lovely Sherry, who is a postmaster, and you're doing something great for the community, which is very much needed, and I appreciate all of the carriers and all of the postmasters what they're doing, and you're doing this is your 22nd annual?
Something like that. Even before I was joined the Postal Service.
Wow,
yeah.
My goodness.
And this was brought about by the National Association of Letter Carriers. It was not started by postmasters, but by the letter carriers themselves began this project. And that was to fill a need for the communities where food was at, people are hungry out there.
You better believe it.
And we are very fortunate in that we have the Interfaith Food Bank.
Yes.
And everything that is donated in Amador County gets taken to the Interfaith Food Bank.
Wonderful.
It's local. Your food doesn't leave it. If you're in Sacramento, your food stays local there.
Right.
So that's,
which is important.
It is. It really is. Because then I'm helping my community when I donate. And I would like to show you this. This is our cute little poster, the family circus.
Cute.
And it lets you know that tomorrow is the day that you should leave your food in bags by the mailboxes. The carriers will pick them up. If it doesn't get picked up tomorrow, call the post office,
Okay.
and we'll see that it gets picked up, on Monday.
And for a lot of you that are going to be leaving town, you can put it there today, and they'll take it today.
Right.
So don't hesitate, because it's something that's really needed desperately for our community.
It really is. And, I've been in a position, many years back where we were kind of broke. And it was something like this that kept us afloat so
bet.
that we could, move on to the next.
Help
Yeah.
others, and that's what it's all about. Now, Sherry, we only want canned and dry food, right?
Exactly.
And packaged food, nothing that's been opened.
Right.
Nothing that's perishable.
Right.
Because, and just in case, and where I live, I have a little bear running around, and that's all he needs to see is something like that, is snacks, yeah. And so that's why we're going to make sure that we have a great letter carrier where we are.
Oh, I'm sure you do. I think I know her.
Linda?
Yes.
Yes, and she's wonderful. She's the best. She goes out of her way, and she does so much more than what she has to. And it really means a lot to all of us up there.
Well, we're a rural community. And so a lot of times the post office is the only touch that the community has with any of the federal government. That's our positive touch. And so as letter carriers, as rural carriers, we have highway contractors, as clerks, as postmasters, it's really important that we become involved in our community and get to know everybody. Now, I have to tell you that it is really fun to go to the post office and you walk in and there's your neighbor you haven't seen for 6 weeks, but there they are. And we get a lot of that. People start chit-chatting.
Yapping away, and it's like a community gathering spot,
Yes.
which is not only it's a lot of fun, but with us, it's when we go down to, we have the bank of
Yes.
And what's fun is that when we go down there, you see your friend down there, your
Right.
your neighbors down there,
Right.
and you'll chit-chat. So I know when my husband doesn't come home after a half an hour, he's busy yapping to somebody.
He found a friend.
But what's nice is that our letter carrier, Linda, she's great. She'll sit there and she goes, I only got a few minutes, but she just gets into it, and she's just the sweetest person.
I'm glad to hear that.
So, oh yeah, she's
Glad
great.
to
She
hear that.
deserves a big pat on the back, and I make her cookies and fudge for Christmas and put them in my mailbox.
And those are things that are really greatly appreciated by your carriers.
Oh, we love doing things like that. So now you do this more than once a year.
No, actually, we do it once a year. It's done every
When-
May. It's
okay.
always the day before Mother's Day.
Okay.
Now, that's the NALC food drive. Now, I know one year we did something another
nice.
part of the year.
Right.
Yeah, and that was out of the ordinary, and that wasn't sponsored by the NALC. And
Well, shame on them.
well, the reason they picked May to do this is a time of the year when a lot of food banks start running out of food. If you look at October, November, December, there's a lot of opportunities out there
Sure.
for people to be able to donate to different things.
And then people forget.
And they do. You remember in November, people, that you want to make sure that everybody has a Thanksgiving dinner
Right,
with a
right.
turkey and all that stuff. And Christmas, the same thing.
Of course.
But you know what? We have to eat in the summertime.
365 days a year, and it's good to remember Mother's Day, and sometimes it even carries over to Father's Day, which I think is great, because it's important for families. And I think that the most important thing is not only the elderly, but the children.
There you go.
It's the children also. And don't forget cat and dog food and baby food.
Exactly. Well, you know that children are out of school during the summertime, and a lot of them, if they have free breakfast and free lunch, they won't be having that opportunity.
Right.
So it's really nice that they, with the food bank, and the food bank is very generous with what they give your family.
Yes.
So you're not going to be, starving in between
Right.
if you have food bank food.
And great people that work there and give so
Yes.
much. I mean, I don't think people realize how much overtime, if you want to use that expression, that is given, because it's out of the goodness of their heart. It's
Yeah.
not something that, okay, 8 to 5, I'm out of here. No, there is no time. You
No.
know, you're there early and you leave late, and you work weekends, and you're out constantly, asking for food and trying to get all these things going, because it's so important.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, our community has taken a big hit, and there are more people now that are in need. And the most important thing to remember, I think, Sherry, you can back me up on this, is don't be embarrassed. Don't hesitate to go and ask for help, because that's what our
No.
community is about.
And that's what the food bank is all there about.
Absolutely.
And also, one of the things I did want to add in is, if you don't have mail service and you still want to donate, like if you have a P.O. box in our office, in the window lobby, there is a box available for people to put food into.
Great.
So
Great.
if you want to just come to the post office and donate, you can do that.
Great. That's
And that will also go to the food bank.
That's a great reminder. Now, you're not going to hike up stamps anymore for a while, are you?
Not
That's
this
not-
week. One of the things that I did want to tell you, and I
Yes.
noticed that you're not doing it, today is Friday. You wear
Yes.
red on Fridays.
Yeah, I forgot.
And because my son was a soldier
I forgot.
and my nephew a Marine, I wear red on Fridays to support
Very
the
good.
troops.
I should have remembered that, because I'm a big Wounded Warrior Project person.
And you totally
that-
understand.
And I want to thank your son and your nephew and your family for serving, because it's not said enough.
Yeah, and it's really tough. I get to go to my nephew's graduation from college today. He used his VA
Wonderful.
benefits to go to college. So as soon as I leave here, I'm flying to Texas.
Are you?
Yes.
Well, how exciting for you!
It is,
You
it
got
really
your
is.
you got your Stetson already, and
Oh, absolutely.
you got that, y'all. I'm here, y'all.
Hey, I know how to talk with my accent.
Texas women are, to me, are the most, women from the South especially, they are so magnificent. They are just, they're ladies. I just love them. But before you get on that plane, or if you're going to go anywhere, I want you to run down to your post office, or where you drop off your mail and pick up your mail, and I want you to leave a bag of food, 1 can, 10 cans, I don't care.
Right.
Just something, because it's so very, very important. You can do it today, and you can do it tomorrow. And Sherry, we thank you dearly, because it's people like you that don't stop. It's year-round. You think, hey,
Yeah.
people need this,
They do need this, and if any time I end up with food at the post office, it's down to the down there
Absolutely,
it goes.
absolutely. And remember, if you have baby food, if you have dog food or cat food that hasn't been open, please
Yes.
donate it, because it's for people with animals and also with babies. With that, we are going to take, I think we're going to take a short break, and
Great.
I'm going to see you in a little while. You're going to be leaving us?
I am going to be leaving.
Well, have a wonderful trip.
Thank
We're going
you.
to take a short break. We'll be right back.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.